What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Jesus Coin. It's been a couple days, and already we got a request from Max Leka. You requested this one. You said Jesus with question marks. So I don't know if that was a request or that was you being like, why aren't you talking about Jesus anymore? But I've said it a few times. I feel like I've done my best to make it public, but I'm not going to be making everyday videos on Jesus Coin for the foreseeable future as of right now. The main reason that I was talking about it every single day is because we had that burn event, right? Like basically every single day in December I talked about it up until recently. And it's no shade, it's no flack on Jesus Coin. I love Jesus Coin, man. I own a decent bit of Jesus Coin. I think it's going to go higher than these highs eventually. I just don't think it's going to happen right now. I think what we've done is we've established a double top. We've broken out of this low here. We've checked back to find resistance on it. Horrible. We're probably going lower. Probably, and that's okay. It's an opportunity to buy at lower prices. I've said it a few times what I think, you guys, and the reason why I don't plan on making really videos day by day unless you guys request them is because I don't think anything's going to change, from what I say. Like, this is basically, other than the explanations I've been giving, it's basically the same thing. You probably move back to here, 7 zeros, you probably tack on another zero, you lose the 6 zeros, you get to 7 zeros. You could see 7 zeros, 7 5, maybe 7.6, something like that, right? Potentially even down here to like 7 zeros, 3.6, somewhere in this range, whether it be the resistance or the support area. That's probably where you're going, where you find your low. If we take a low point to a high point here using our handy dandy Fibonacci retracement, and we are logged and everything, your 0.5 is right there. And generally I would think that you go to your 618 on something like this, but you could hold your 0.5, but nonetheless both of those are in this range between the blue lines. So really anywhere from, I know it sounds crazy, man, but 7 zeros 367 to 7 zeros 75 or 7 zeros 76, something like that. Yeah. I do plan on buying more. I'm not buying any more until we are at least down around this line. And until then, it's going lower. Any move up we have is just going to get sold into. And then, right, we're probably going to do something like that where we test the previous area of support for resistance, break down, come back up, test this previous area of support for resistance, and then we go down. It won't happen all at once, but I do have to say I am very pleased, you guys, with how quickly this move down is. We still have a lot of ways to go, but hopefully it continues to be quick, because the quicker we get this done with, the quicker we can resume the upside. I know everybody wants to see that, because what we don't want to see, and it's not that we don't want to see this, it's just less exciting, right? It's not bad to see this. This move that lasted 122 days was the precedence that we needed from high to low, or from high to like when we started breaking out again. It was the precursor to this move up. Right, you got this long, boring phase, kind of excitement right here against second hope, and then just long beating the hell out of you until you finally turn around. That is what gave you this move. So, 122 days might not be encouraging. It's sad to hear that it might be boring for that long, right? And 122 days, by the way, would put us all the way at, and I don't think it's going to be 122 days. I've actually said that a few times. I think it's going to be like 2/3 of that, between 1/3 and 2/3 of that. So that would be between 40 and 80 days. And I think we're already at like 30. Let me see. Nope, just under 30. 28. We're at 28 days. I wanted to say 28, but I'm like, I rounded up to 30. Anyways, no way to validate that. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is it could be until the halving, the Bitcoin halving, before or within a month of that Jesus Coin starts to move up again. And that's okay. Like, most cryptos are going to be doing that, This would be if it matched this exactly. I don't expect it to. I do think that it would be shorter lived. Again, somewhere between probably like 80, maybe like 82 to 42, something like that, those amount of days. 1/3 to 2/3 of this time frame. That's my thoughts. I can be wrong. The kind of reasoning behind that is this was kind of uncertain times in crypto. Like, we were pretty certain we were in a bull market, but there were still a lot of people who were like, no, we're going to reject, we're going to go down to 20K, whatever, lower. But then as we've moved up recently in the recent months, there's a lot more conviction, not just in Jesus coin, but throughout crypto, that we are definitely in a bull market, right? Any move down from here is just going to be a higher low. So with that, I would expect this consolidation phase that we're going to experience to be smaller than this one. But let's just look at it from a overall measurement real quick. It moved down 94.7%. Jesus coin reached a market cap of like 80 something million, I want to say. Great job, man. I remember seeing this thing at 1 million. So seeing it at 80 something million in like 2 months time, 2.5 months time, good job. You're not going to move in a straight line forever. You're going to have a pullback. It's normal. I very much would expect that you see at least a 90% pullback. And that right there fits right in that range. That's 7057 right there. That fits right in that range, man. It wouldn't be uncommon at all. Now, do you have to do a 90% pullback? No, you don't. You could do an 87% pullback. I very much doubt it, but you could do a 78% pullback. But nonetheless, I think you're going lower. Bitcoin Cash is up. That's nice. I just got an update or an alert. Let's look at this real quick. Give it an honest eye. Top to bottom, held your 1414. You seem to like your 1414 Jesus coin. You do. I'll show you guys what I mean. So that's actually your 1786. That's not a good example. There was one that was the 1414. Let's see. Top to bottom here. You stalled at it here, right? And you found support on it here, found resistance on it here. And then this low right here came in around your 1414, and then was it this top to bottom that you topped off at the 1414? Is that what it was? Yeah, you tipped the 1414 there. So you do like your 1414 when it comes to more macro pivotal moves, which I think we might be experiencing, which would make sense then that you could see, let's see, I mean a 1414 or lower. You know, maybe you do find support down there. That is possible. Based off of this recent low, you're already there right now. But for the range, from range high to low, you kind of bounced off your 1272. I don't know. Take it or leave it, either one that you want. I would think you go lower, though. I would think you go lower. I don't think you stop at the 1414. You could, but you know, this is why, guys. Anything that I'm saying, I want you to know, I'm not advocating sell. I'm not selling. If it goes lower, what did I say I was going to do? I was going to buy more. So if it goes lower, and it probably does, but I say if being the key word because it looks like it wants to go lower for one, don't sell down here. If you want to sell now, sure, sell now, but don't buy if it goes back up, right? Because you never know. You like really never know what this thing can do. You need to find the conviction in yourself right now to decide, if I'm going to hold this, I'm not selling it if it goes down. If I'm going to sell it and it goes up without me, I have to move on to something else, you know, or buy it. And like that would it's such a risky, shitty situation to be in, man. I wouldn't want that on anybody. So again, not financial advice, but don't sell. Just look to buy more, because patience, enough time. I know April feels so far away whenever we moved up so much in 2 months. April feels so far away. It's 4 months away from now. But be patient. 4 months is not that long of a time, okay? And if that's all it takes is patience to see prices that are phenomenally higher than we are now, why have any kind of heartache if you should sell or buy here? You know, if you're really feeling like you need to, do it, but then just if you want to sell, don't look back at this thing, man. You want to hold and you want to buy lower, do not sell if it goes lower. That's not the right idea. You buy low, you don't sell low. But there will be people that sell low, there will be people that buy high. It's just inevitable. I bought up here. I bought more down here. I bought down here. I bought down here. I've bought in most of these dips. This was the first time that I bought not on a dip, and that was because I was so convinced that we were going to pump on the Christmas Day burn. But, you know, as often happens with news-driven events, which it absolutely was, the news underperforms the expectations. And in this case, we got the burn, but it wasn't a burn. They're just like permanently locked forever, which CoinMarketCap recognizes as a burn, so that's good enough for me. And a lot of people, I want to touch on this one more time just to end the video. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but I've heard some people throughout the internets just saying not good things about Maker Lee, and it's like I can understand your frustrations. I get it, man. That he's the face behind it. You're gonna put the blame on him for things not going right, right? He's the one that made it. You're gonna put the blame on him. I get it, but I don't think he's a scammer. I really I don't think this is a scam coin, man. I think this is not a rug pull, right? You guys ever seen a rug pull? It does not look like this. It looks like this. that's it keeps going. That's a rug pull. People that do rug pulls, that do scams, they don't come out the minute that they find the mistake that has happened, which is that the burn is not happening. They're just more or less locked forever. They don't come out and right before they're going to Christmas dinner, he literally said he's going to Christmas dinner. They don't come out and make a public speech about it, right? Granted, he might not have given the most heartwarming speech, right? Like, but I mean, he seems like a weirdo and in a good way, by the way. Like, I like my weirdos, man, but like, that might just be how he talks, it might just not be such a big deal to him. He has faith in this thing that some people might watch it and they're like, oh, he's just blowing this off like it's nothing. And it's like, maybe it is nothing, man. Maybe it really is. He came out, the maker of the coin, who, yes, he fudged some stuff up on it, whatever. Didn't really, it's nothing that's critically harmful to the coin itself, other than it was not the news that we expected to hear, right? It wasn't the news and that often is why you buy the hype, sell the news, because the news is never exactly what you expect. Even if it happens exactly what you expect, the outcome is different than how you imagined it. It always falls short, or almost always falls short. But man, I'm getting lost in the translation. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think this is a scam for anybody and everybody that's saying that out there. I don't think Jesus coin is going to get rugged. I'm not worried about it personally. Anything can happen to any coin at any time. Something could happen to Bitcoin. Something can happen to the U.S. dollar. Like, you never know. It's a risk that you play in any kind of financial atmosphere. But if something were to critically fail with this thing, then it just wasn't meant to be. But I don't think it's a scam, man. I don't think that Maker Lee is scamming us. He does not act like a scammer. You ever been scammed? You ever been cheated on, right? Like you know how that feels. You know how those people act, and he's not acting like that, right? When you get called on your BS, you don't come out making a public video, leave it on your Twitter, on your X.com, right before you're about to go eat your Christmas dinner. Like, that's just not. That's the behavior of somebody that wants to keep people in the loop. And that's not a scammer's mentality, man. They want to keep you out of the loop. So enough of that. That wasn't even TA at the end there. That was like 5 minutes of me just saying, like, I have faith in this. I have faith in Maker Lee. I have faith in human beings making mistakes. It happens. And I very much will be buying more Jesus coin once we are probably below this level here, or around that level. That's where I'm probably going to be buying more personally. Not financial advice. Do what you want. Buy here. It's at a solid discount now. Nothing wrong with it. I bought some here. I bought more down here, right? Maybe not quite that low. What was it? Like right around 2. So a little bit higher. Like right there. But still, buy the dips. I'm not selling personally, but not financial advice. Do whatever you want. We could turn up from here, guys. Like, this is a kind of curve right now. We could turn up from here. That might have been it. Like, who knows? Maybe we're not done with this move just yet. I think that we are. That volume, to me, this double top, to me, it looks convincing enough. The RSI itself looks pretty weak, but you never know. You really do never know. So all in all, guys, that's all I got for you. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And again, it's not that I've forgone Jesus coin. It's oddly enough, it's become one of my favorite cryptos, actually, which I just remember my early days, man, saying, I wouldn't recommend anybody buy this. I would tell anybody to sell it, but if you want to buy it, go for it, And then slowly but surely started getting a little bit more convinced, and then, like, right here, I think it was actually this day that I made my purchase. Yeah, on this red day here. And I've kind of fallen for it ever since, man. But I'm not so in love with it. I definitely do plan on taking profits, but man, I'm just droning on. I know a lot of people don't like the idea of taking profits, but you guys, right? Like, imagine if you sold. I imagine it all the time. If I sold the day before the burn, that would have been a great time to sell. No, it's not at the absolute high, but I mean, even if it was to do this, I very much expected a price movement that would go lower than where it's even at now. So retrospectively, should have sold before the news happened. Lesson learned, right? You ever get a news-driven event, It's never different. It sometimes it is different. Sometimes you do pump through it, but all in all, give it time. The price will drop. There's a reason why it's a saying. I don't know, man. That's it. That's all I got to say. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. Take care, and more or less it's going to be the same thing probably for the next like month or two. Down. We're going down. Every little move up like this that gives you hope, down. It's going down. That's it. Bye-bye.